that it is a best of 5 rather than a best of 3? Does that come into play at all?
Well, you're playing a best of 5, so you can
Yes.
experiment also a little bit in a game 1. If it goes well,
it would be this
very
game.
nice. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that is right. I mean, FNG he did say that they had something special, and this is definitely it, right? Because we've seen it once this tournament, literally last game, and they lost in 20 minutes. The only successful Enigma we've really seen is crits on EG, and we've seen it be easily countered, not even just in game, but in lane with Rickies and Bounty Hunters. Luckily, Bounty Hunters on his team.
You need a position 4 who can. That's Radiant Enigma, so it means that he's gonna be pulling the lane back and farming the jungle at the same time. I suppose so. Position 4 Enigma, that kind of suits the play style in this current meta. And you need a position 4 hero who can harass Enigma, try to take away the stacks from him, experience, and you always threaten a kill on Radiant side just by passing behind tier 1 tower. All right.
I'm not really sure Fade, right? Fade's a lot different than Bobaka, because we did see the counter as Bobaka on the Stealth Assassin. He just dumpstered him. But Fade, I mean, I'm sure he can play, but I feel that hero, you really have to practice it. And I'm not sure if they expected to have to pick that hero. So I don't think they're going to directly counter with Enigma. I think they're just going to focus on their own game. And they already have 2 of the best laners early, Bane and Panda.
Yeah, and you always have something against this Enigma. Panda is going to be on top of you, so you're not going to have a good time. There's a BKB piercing ability with Fiend's Grip, so they're already secured, considering how to counter Enigma. And there's a Shadow Fiend band. They don't want to play against it.
Can you save people in the snowball that are in a black hole?
I remember there was a change recently about that. Oh, look, dude, Gambit just doesn't care right now. I mean, they don't care about what Vici's picking. They're just literally
they have
taking
a plan
every
and
hero.
they're sticking with it.
And it's a very strange first 3 heroes, right? Like, if I saw these 3 heroes anywhere else, I'd be like,
That's not Gambit's
what are they
strat.
doing? Yeah, exactly.
What do we make of the Dark Willow?
I love the
This
hero.
is the first Willow we see this tournament.
We saw a lot of Dark Willow during MDL.
Yeah, we did. I think it's an interesting hero. You do have to play this hero amazingly well. You have to hit the abilities, because they are long cooldowns. I think your Bramble Maze, you pretty much always see it at level 1. You pretty much win the rune fights, but she has 2 ultimates. One's insane amount of damage. The other is insane team fight control. And you see Gambit, right? They had that Enigma. They're like, well, you have a really good team fight. We already have Panda and Dark Willow now. So Vici Gaming's winning the team fight already.
Gambit is going to need a hero that clears the wave quickly, because these 3 really don't do anything. And Oracle, extremely good against Dark Willow, just purging off the Curse Crown or mitigating a ton of the damage with Fate's Edict, so everything good. Phantom Assassin, again, similar draft from Vici Gaming, what they had in the previous, in the first series of the day.
If it works, no reason to really change it up. And, I mean, you just look at these 4 heroes, they're good heroes throughout the entire game. Like, Dark Willow never falls off. Bane can fall off, near late game, luckily, and Feeble's still good, but Panda and PA, they're great all game as well. I'm just, for Gambit, it's just so hard to, what are they going to pick? Because you can clearly tell this is, a thought-out strat beforehand.
Well, this is the first time they're actually using some of their bonus time, so...
It has to be a hero that can lane versus Panda and PA. And that is the question. What kind of heroes are like that? I mean, you have heroes like Razor, but PA doesn't even mind Razor, right? She has the escape mechanic to just get away from the leash. Viper's already banned out.
They're going to need either some high magical burst that's going to help them with the wave clear and does well against Phantom Assassin, or they can go back to Doom. They like to play, they played well. Just completely shuts down PA, doesn't matter the BKB or not. Also provides control against this Brewmaster. They really don't have a control for Brewmaster. They have Malefice, that's not enough.
Yeah.
We are assuming it's an immersion Enigma, right?
Yeah, obviously
because I'm thinking Nyx Assassin.
But I have...
No, but then Bounty Hunters. Afterlife is the Bounty Hunter.
That's what I mean. That's the weird thing about picking this Enigma right away, is it pretty much is guaranteed 4.
They can play Bounty as 1.
Yeah, we have seen that before in the hands of Na'Vi. I'm mostly saying that because I feel like you kind of need a break, and Nyx Assassin is a hero that brings a break, but I don't really see it fitting anymore.
Yeah, neither. And they're taking their time, right? Their first 3 picks were quick as day, and now they're running out of reserve time already.
So we're looking for an FN and a Hawk hero,
Yes.
right?
And we need, as I think the biggest thing, as Lacoste said, is you need some wave clear. If you don't have wave clear is like the first box you have to check out. And there you go. You finally got some, whether he goes Battle Fury or just Blade Fury spinning, it's fine. That's I'm okay with that pick.
That's still not a control.
Not a team fighting.
No.
But at least it gets wave clear. At least you have one more hero to maybe do some controlling. And I do like that this bounty hunter gets picked up. I think Vici Gaming knew it was coming.
Oh, yeah.
The only hero it even really, like, it does bad versus Panda. Can't stop him from ever getting his ulti off. Does terrible versus Dark Willow because all his abilities are targeted. And Bane's the only one he really does anything versus. You can tell Vici knew that bounty hunter was coming.
So Vici Gaming is going to have last pick. I wouldn't be surprised if they go something like Lina again, or they might go for some more of a team fight oriented mid.
No, like Lina, because I was thinking about Gambit, right? You have the Oracle already. Could it be a Husker? The problem is you can't pick Husker 9th. I think it finally moved back to a 10th pick, right? For a while it's like, oh yeah, we can pick him 9th. He doesn't really get countered by anything, but nowadays, I just don't think you can pick that hero unless your last pick.
So some of the more stable mids in there is still ODE and Razor. We have seen a lot of Ember Spirit being played by FN as well. Something to keep in mind.
That is control. The Ember, it's just failing, right? Like that's the problem. The hero in general is failing for some reason, even though it is very popular. I don't hate it here, but the problem is if you Ember, you get OD'd, and they ban it. Okay, I think they might be going for the Ember then.
Because you need something that goes well with the black hole. Is that like needed?
It's not needed, but it'd be great.
It would be
great.
great.
Right now, all they have is a Juggernaut right-clicking or spinning on him.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think with that OD ban, you just go for the Ember here.
Oh, Vici Gaming could get. All right, Ember it is.
It's just,
I mean, they could grab Timbersaw. It's a free Timber game. They really have nothing against it. They could put bounty. They could put bounty in the laning stage, and he would suffer a little bit. But not sure if I remember seeing Vici Gaming playing Timbersaw. But
this tournament they haven't. But
I think that, or you could just go. I mean, Lina is still fine here. You had a couple Light Strike arrays, harass down this Ember early, and you can just destroy his early game. And right, Ori's probably most comfortable hero. Don't hate it.
Some other Ori heroes that have been played this tournament is Queen of Pain, Necro, Puck.
Don't think. Puck's not terrible. I'm never going to suggest Queen of Pain, just so you know. Like, I will never
Why
suggest
not?
that
Queen
hero.
of Pain is
garbage.
playable. No, what?
What?
She received a huge buff.
What's
Starting
that?
intelligence, damage is still the same, but and also you can see the buff on Scream of Pain, the mana cost.
True, the level 1 does feel really good. Maybe. They go
Necro.
Necro. Okay, that's a little bit different. I like it though, right? We've seen this hero. Once this hero gets Guardian Greaves, he just becomes unkillable for like the next 10 minutes because you get it so early. You have the Ghost Shard, you have like 2 full heals. It's scary, but I think Gambit, it's a lot like last series now. They got to come out of laning phase with at least 2 wins, I think.
And it's going to be Immersion Bounty Hunter. It's been a while. He was the only player who played Bounty Hunter when he was basically out of the game. Sniped. I remember one of the games he sniped Courier 5 times.
But that also means we have a core Enigma.
Yep.
I'm nervous about that myself, but they clearly had a plan going into this. This looks like this is one of those drafts you've clearly practiced in scrims. Like, you don't just pick this randomly in a grand finals to qualify to a major.
And they were so decisive with picking the first 3 as well. There was no time wasted. They went for it. Well, let's find out who will take the lead in this best of 5 grand finals for the StarLadder ImbaTV Minor. Your commentary team will be OD Pixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, GVS. The game 1 about to begin of this best of 5. Who is going to make it to the major? We are about to find out. I'm OD Pixel, joined by Fogged. And we've just seen both of the drafts, and as the panel started to touch on, it's going to be interesting to see what Gambit could do with this lineup. They seem confident with the speed that they were picking the heroes, and they've got some funky stuff going on. They do have this, Enigma back in the core role, Immersion roaming around on the bounty, something of a an old school thing that we did used to see from him. Is it going to be enough? Is it going to work out against Vici Gaming? And how strong is that 5th pick Necrophos in your eyes?
It is a pretty strong Necro pick in the laning phase in particular. Versus FN, I think Ori should just be able to control the lane super hard. He's also, like they were mentioning, he's their Greaves buyer, so he's the one that they can group up around and put pressure on. However, he is playing into Oracle. That's the one thing. So not only the Oracle can dispel versus the Ghost Shard and stuff, but Fate's Edict is amazing versus just the ulti. You don't even have to waste your false promise a lot of the times versus that Reaper Scythe. You just Fate's Edict them, they'll be more immune to it, or you can even ult them and protect them. So multiple saves, the Oracle going to be pretty good versus the Bane as well as that Necro. So I'm actually going to look at one thing here, because I was trying to glance at this before the game started really fast, but did we have any Phantom Assassins actually lose here?
I want to say no. Honestly, this hero feels like every time it's picked, it's just gone incredibly well for that team. How many times have we seen it?
It's been 6 times and it lost once. So
doesn't surprise me. This hero still seems to be... obviously, we've had at this minor a lot of different skill levels of teams.
Sure.
And it certainly feels like if you get the PA in a good draft against a team that's sort of at a lower level, they're going to suffer. Because this hero, as soon as it gets ahead, it just creates so much chaos, and it's so hard to deal with because you're losing heroes to 1 dagger, 2 hits from this hero. Yeah. If it gets out of control, it's pretty much GG. So we'll see if Gambit are able to keep tabs on how strong Vici Gaming's PA can get.
I think Gambit, in this game, I think they can play a little bit. They can wait a little bit. They can play the later game if they want to, but I've been very scared of just looking at the way Vici's been playing versus them late game. I think you want to close the game out early no matter what.
Like, yeah.
I think like I was saying, I think they can, but I don't think they want to.
Gambit can do that.
Yeah.
But you say, with this draft, they're sort of indicating they're confident going later. We'll see what happens as the game is just about to begin. What do we got going on?
So, neat stuff to point out already. This has been a thing that Enigmas have been doing for quite a long time, is passing the Rings of Regen, right? We've been seeing them buy it, they buy some clarities, and then they give it to their cores. So, Immersion, it looks like he's playing... Actually, I don't know if it's the core bounty or what, but he's playing with core items. They've actually pooled the bounty hunter 2 Rings of Regen. He bought 2 for him, not just 1.
And as you say, this is your typical off-lane player for Gambit, buying it for the position 4.
It's 0 items on Enigma to start the game. 0. He's just buying clarities afterwards.
And it is after that is. I mean, like you say, sometimes we see the 1 Ring of Regen, sometimes we see the 2 Ring of Regen, but it's always the support buying it for the core. But this time
I've never seen 2. I've never seen them buy 2 to give it up. Not like this.
I've not seen a core buy it for support. And unless, as you say, they're just going to play different roles this game.
Could be could be a possibility. I guess I've only seen, I actually was looking through Gambit's history, and I've only really seen Afterlife playing the Enigma. He's played it twice.
Okay.
He played in the Tug of War tournament, actually. I went back kind of far. I didn't see any other Enigma games.
But I guess it makes sense as well in this lane because the Enigma probably doesn't expect to get hit, whereas Immersion, he's going to be running in, getting those passive hits off. He's going to take some damage, so that extra regen that he's rocking, it's going to benefit him much more than on Afterlife. Afterlife doesn't need that plus 6.6.
I mean, Afterlife's just going to jungle for the most part, right? Bounty's going to be the one who's laning. They're even bringing the Oracle up top in the beginning to start this off, so it's going to be Dahak on his own. Oracle's probably going to TP bottom, as he does.
No, but it's already exciting to see. I mean, we heard it earlier in the interview with FNG. He said they've got stuff prepared for Vici Gaming. They've got something a little bit different. And here we have it, already Gambit switching the way that they play up.
I'm really intrigued by this, yeah. This should be pretty fun. So looking at the mid lane, as we mentioned, Ori's going to win this one pretty hard versus FN. I think FN's really going to struggle there. Bottom, we've got the Oracle Jug versus the Willow. So Jug's going to get pressed a little, but they can get kills on the Willow is the important thing. Even on the Brewmaster, because they've got this Oracle. Oracle can put out quite a lot of damage. Once you get your level 2, they could threaten kills. Nice last hit.
Because I imagine, right, with Immersion taking the solo lane for now, and Afterlife being sort of resorting to the jungle and getting what he can, denying creeps from the creep wave, will there be a point where Immersion then swaps positions and sort of, you'll see the Enigma come into the lane and put pressure onto the tower, and Immersion will start to walk around the map?
I think that could be the case, yeah. It depends on...
What sort of level on the bounty do you start to get mobile? Do you have to wait all the way till 6, or is there a point that you'll see Immersion start to rotate?
I think he can just stay here. I think the thing is, like, Afterlife doesn't have to go to the lane. He can just jungle. Right? It just maximize your lane positioning. So I think he can rotate, but I think he'd want to just stay up here. It's free experience for your bounty. And he's tough. The thing is, it's pretty tough to kill a bounty hunter. Sure, they've got Bane and PA who deal lots of damage in the early laning phase, but this is a bounty, like we said, with double ring of regen, a magic stick picked up, and this hero starts at 6 armor. So
no, he's tanking. He's certainly tanky indeed. He's getting a feedback a little bit, but yeah, she says he's just got to wait a few seconds. Tango up. He's got plus 13 HP regen with the Tango going. He's able to stick around in lane.
Let's see what DY does here as the Bane. I think he should try to start following around the Enigma, even putting down some wards, maybe even block the camps, and yeah, just mess with Afterlife. Because if you break like 2 clarities, it's going to make this Enigma's life a lot more difficult.
Yeah, already Afterlife just having to back away from DY's aggressive movement.
Which ward is he going to place? Is he going to put a vision one or just a full blocking one? I'm curious to see it. And he's just going to keep following because now PA in a 1v1 versus the Bounty Hunter. Bounty can put some pressure on it, but you have extra regen on the PA from just the start of the laning phase. You have because Immersion had to burn a bit.
Yeah, and you have sort of you've given the first few waves totally free to the PA. I mean, the PA is 12 for 5. He's only 1-on-1 Immersion. He's only been able to hit a couple of creeps so far in this laning stage. And sure, we see bounties later down the line. There's sort of the mid-game where they don't need to be hitting creeps, but at the start, yeah, you do want to be hitting some because he's going to get no money at all out of this lane apart from just the passive procs, which isn't that much early on.
Yeah, a bit surprising. I mean, I've been seeing you use the Janata to hit the heroes, of course, to get the gold steal, but sometimes just hitting a creep with your Janata is very useful here.
Can be worth more.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of range creep denies, though. I think that's the 3rd one that comes out from Afterlife, so Paparazzi, his levels are going to be a little bit slowed down, at least from that, for the side of Gambit. But at this start, we see all 3 lanes. They're already Vici off to a great start.
They certainly are. That mid lane, 19 for 5 against the 13 and 0.
That's to be expected. I mean, this is a very one-sided matchup for the Necrophos.
Already showing that so far with the first few waves at the beginning of this game. And bottom lane, Short Farm is there for the Jug, but it's also there for Yang on his Brewmaster. Top lane Immersion has the 6 charges. DY is going to put the Mango, has got the Nightmare. We'll set up for a few more hits onto the Bounty. Paparazzi moving into close proximity to keep on hitting. They don't have detection yet. Immersion will turn and take another cheeky hit to get a bit more gold off the Phantom.
How's his actual net worth? So, with those 4 last hits, I mean, it's not great. He's bottom 4. He's actually behind the Enigma.
I mean, they had a plan here.
They did.
They must have a plan, as we say, switching the roles. And so far, not really sort of seeing the magic of it. Immersion's not getting a lot out of this lane.
FN making sure that since he has a bottle, you see both FNG and FN both check runes at the same time, so they're guaranteed to get at least one of them. FN will claim the lucky regen rune here. Fade is trying to set up for something in mid. Ori's not quite 6. I think he probably wants to wait until the Necro 6, because Ori's going to hit 6 way earlier than FN. Then they can set up easy kills on the Ember Spirit with a quick rotation of Fade. So usually, Gambit, they like to be the aggressors, right? We've been seeing them, they like to put the pressure on, and particularly that comes down to Immersion. So in this game, their playmaking is actually extremely limited because
they don't have a roaming 4.
No, they do not.
They have sort of two people playing the off lane, as it is at the moment.
Which is, like we were saying, it's a very different style to what they're used to playing, because usually they're all about getting those kills early on, making moves on the map with Immersion, and yeah, so far, 1K advantage, already benefiting Vici. Got these bounty runes coming up soon. Oh, Immersion almost sniped Courier there. Oh. They have the reveal this time.
They do. DY trying his best with the body blocks. And he's going to be able to find the bounty rune before Bounty himself is able to get over it. Immersion will be able to head over and take the bounty rune away from DY. So they'll get the trade. And same to be said, down bottom 2 for 2 on the bounties. It looks to be an Immersion. Comes back. There's a bit more harassment onto Paparazzi. And as we say, Paparazzi still being able to farm very well up here. 27 and 8 on the PA.
FN's just playing, he's playing it smart. He has to play careful here because he knows he looks bottom, there's just a Brewmaster. So he clearly knows this Willow's hunting for him when this Necro is 6. They could look to set up for Yang here, but he's still pretty tanky. He's actually bought the Bracer, buys the Wand as well on the Brewmaster, so he can survive the burst damage that comes out from Oracle as well as Jug.
Yeah, you're not killing this Brew unless he massively oversteps or gets too aggressive onto the hack, and that's unlikely. It's a Juggernaut. He knows that that's a hero that he can't really kill. That's mid lane. Afterlife's just going to walk in and have a bit of a showing here onto Ori. Pop the Malefice, but Ori's got backup. The Reaper Sap's going to come down onto Afterlife, and Afterlife will die. Fake gets the final touch, and that's first blood for Vici Gaming. There's FNG trying to find some kills in response to losing their Enigma, but Fade, he's healed up by the Death Pulse. He's got the backup of Ori and DY. DY will get rooted. FN will come back across. In fact, with the Eidolons down, they should have a good shot of killing off DY. It does have a bit of the heal coming off the back of the Purifying Flames that FNG used, but Afterlife's back in the game, comes in with a Malefice. FN with the chase down, Slider Fist to make sure he's the one to get the kill. They'll at least find a trade.
Yeah, at least they get something out of it, but heavy rotations committed. I mean, for both sides. Vici wanted Ori to get that kill, because if Ori gets that kill, then they probably continue to put the pressure on and like dive the tower more, because then he's going to get the regen, of course, from these Heartstopper Aura.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But that's going to set off Fade to get the first blood, and Fade has been having a pretty damn good tournament so far, and as he's been similar to Immersion, putting pressure on. He's all about making the moves early.
Immersion tries for a touch on the Paparazzi, but straight away Vici Gaming there to punish it.
A rich Willow, 1,000 gold already, plus boots and a stick.
And imagine a very poor bounty, third lowest in the CS. Sure, he's been able to get a few such amounts. He's still pretty low down on the net worth.
He is bottom 4 net worth. He's below the Enigma.
He's now Afterlife, talking about the Enigma. Got a Curse Ground upon him, but does have FNG by his side, so DY won't be able to go any further. And in fact, Immersion keeping tabs on DY's movements.
DY actually put both his wards in the same place. I mean, one of them, it's wearing off in about a minute, but yeah, both of them just prioritizing. That's how they want to play. They want to be playing mostly on top side.
Going for a bit of a poke onto DY. Bramble Maze was thrown down by Fade, won't catch out Immersion. Immersion won't want to show himself again. Down bottom, level 6s have been hit, both to Hack and Yang, with the ultimates already.
2k net worth already, advantage for them, and I mean, they're feeling very good about this already. With this much team fight that they've got together, I mean, Brewmaster 6, PA's getting, when a PA is getting full free farm, it's already a concern.
It's got to be worrying, yeah. You've got the three, as you say, the three cores of Vici Gaming at the top. Yeah. Still yet to see sort of the benefit of Gambit making this change between Immersion and Afterlife.
The damage as well on Gambit, it's not really the highest when you really look at it. If they are able to get Ori off to a good start, getting his Holy Locket into his Greaves build that he's most likely going to do, it's going to be really limited for Gambit to do damage. It's mostly going to be coming from that Ember Spirit, and your Ember Spirit's not having a good game because he's versus a Necro.
No, so it's going to be a slow start for FN.
Yeah.
And FN is going to walk into jungle. He's going to spot past DY. DY did get the Deep Observer ward down.
DY is just playing like his own little game here, his own mini game. He's just running around. He knows he doesn't really have much to worry about because there's nothing to rotate. Like we were saying, Gambit, they usually have a Nyx, an Earth Spirit, someone to put pressure. They don't have it this time around.
It's an Enigma and a Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
That for now isn't going to contribute too much to the team. Afterlife's trying his best, getting an Eidolon push built up on the top lane. So we can put at least a bit of pressure onto the tier 1 tower top. Have Immersion also hiding actually between the tier 1 and the tier 2 tower, maybe seeing if we can find some sort of setup already. The PA's out of there. Paparazzi, he senses something's up. There's a lot of pressure from Gambit up top, so he'll move himself down towards the bottom lane. They'll send DY up there for now to be sort of the lone adventurer, find out what's going on. Immersion will spot him out. So we'll give a bit of space for Gambit to get the push on onto the tier 1 tower. Same time towards the mid lane. Curse Crown onto FNG, making the space for Vici Gaming to continue to get very close to taking down this tier 1 tower.
They're trying to dive top.
Yang, he's going to respond. He comes in. They've got the dust down to Immersion. Yang, they'll chase this one down. Does not have the mana for the primal split. With a few more punches, you shouldn't need it. Or the dust is going to wear out pretty soon. In fact, Immersion has the movement speed. There's also the backup of Dahak's healing ward, keeping Immersion safe.
That was such an interesting way the play happens too, because Paparazzi actually bought the dust, walked bottom, passed it to Yang, and then Yang TP's top to try to use the dust from Paparazzi, the carry, who bought it for him. And they don't get the kill. A bit of waste of time, but they do defend the tower.
They do. They'll be able to stop the push for a little bit, and Yang now has the mana ready to go for the primal split if the push does come through again.
It's a smart play, right? They know Paparazzi wants to have the free farm lane. Bottom is the one that's uncontested now. Top is the battle lane, so bring that brew there.
Oh, Dahak. I mean, he saw DY and he tried to go for it with the Blade Fury, and he's going deeper and deeper, but the 3 heroes chasing him down. He got sort of baited in there by DY. As he saw the Bane, felt that he could maybe go for the kill, but he ends up giving himself up to the Reaper's side. That's the Juggernaut dead for 40 seconds.
They're at least able to make Yang use split, and he doesn't get a kill out of it.
Yeah, but what was the Jug doing then?
They kill the Jug. And Ori, yeah, like we said, the Holy Locket is pretty much finished up, and we saw what he could do with it the other day when he did have it at such an early time. Just that group up. I mean, the game that he had this Holy Locket, I think he had, I didn't actually get to look at it, I wanted to. His healing was absurd. He was getting like, he was getting 3 Guardian Greaves off in team fights, 12 pulses, so. And like we're saying, Gambit's damage is not really the highest in this game. It's quite static until they get, in particular, like the items on the Jug. Ember's damage is their highest. They're grouping up.
They really want to try and find at least sort of the first objective on the map, and the tier 1 top is looking pretty good for the taking. As you say, primal split was already used, so they won't have that, at least Vici Gaming. So Gambit, with the 4 of them up here, should get away with this push without Vici Gaming trying to form any sort of defense. Yeah, the tower incredibly low as it is. So Gambit will be able to find this tier 1 top. See what Vici Gaming's move is going to be. They've got 2 towards the mid, and
they're farming a lot.
That's a lot of creeps. I mean, Ori's 5.3k gold, top of the net worth. It's going to be even further up. They are moving over, though, Gambit. Gambit is heading over this point, and they have got the number advantage, but the sentry's down. Fiends goes straight away onto Immersion. There's the save from FNG. Comes out with a false promise. Will allow Immersion to walk off with the healing ward. That's going to be Immersion back up to full health as the ult comes to an end.
Damn, DY is on point this game. Just the ward pressure that he's put out. Look at the map. They know everything that's happening. They have one in every single positioning that Gambit can make a move. And a sentry down.
Immersion can't. He cannot make a move anywhere.
That's
because
actually
of this.
Beautiful, honestly. Like I know some people have been a bit critical on DY of his early game, but this game he's played it just absolutely fantastic, setting up his team for success as they have a 3K advantage already in this early start. Bottom tower looks like it might fall pretty soon to this catapult.
Whoa.
Maybe Emerging can actually... Nah, might be able to get the deny soon. But Ori's coming down bottom to try to secure it. As well as the Brewmaster, who now does have the split available. So Gambit, yeah, making moves is pretty tough.
Oh, and they found Immersion. And another Reaper Scythe to be used to take him out of the game for 40 seconds. It's looking rough for Gambit.
It really is.
I mean, you know, it's not great when you're sort of in a game as Gambit and the jungler is the one leading the charge in net worth. If the jungler in your team is the most farmed at 12 minutes in, you probably lost the game.
It's just so hard for, I think this Necrophos mid just, they were like, all right, FN's going to be our playmaker on this Ember, but they had the last pick for Vici, so they just picked the hard counter in the lane to shut him down.
It just feels weird to see them make that change on the offlane.
Yeah, it is a bit different.
They took a risk. I mean, hey, it's a best of 5. There is room to experiment, try and catch VG Gaming off guard, but so far we're still yet to see sort of any sort of brilliance from this game-changing plan from Gambit. Maybe it will come, but 30 minutes in, 4K down, and only 1 kill for the team. It feels like Gambit are trying to play in the most opposite way that they have been used to playing possible. This is not Gambit playing as Gambit has been. They're trying something. They've thrown everything out the window, and they've started from square one.
Yeah, I mean, usually they're the aggressors. Usually they're the ones trying to make these moves. But their lineup in this game, it just doesn't really do that.
And they're doing it against Vici Gaming. And we've seen Vici Gaming so many times. You know, if they get to a steady point at 20 minutes in, Vici Gaming will just take over the late game.
Yeah.
So it's been a risk from Gambit. Maybe it will pay off, but at the moment, something special has got to happen. And it's going to be so hard looking at how farmed all of Vici Gaming's cores are.
Absolutely. And it's not like this is a game where it's like, all right, guys, we can get a BKB Enigma and we can just crush the fight. Because there's always going to be that BKB Piercing Disable that comes out from two heroes, both the Necro and the Bane. So he just has to go for the, the HP items, just get the auras for your team on that Enigma. But taking these team fights is so hard as with the advantage that Vici has around this Brewmaster, around this Willow. The Willow and the Brew gives them much more team fight in comparison to Gambit.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Vici Gaming. Move on, take a tier 1 tower top. Won't be any interest from Gambit in trying to take a fight against it at the moment.
If Ori gets, if Ori's gonna have a mech pretty soon, then I don't see how Gambit takes. I mean, already they can't take fights, but on top of a mech, it's
I mean, as you said, they just don't have the damage.
Yeah.
There's you look at the damage compared to the healing. It doesn't work out in Gambit's favor.
Yang?
He is
a bit far.
He does not have anybody else nearby. He has got a primal split if he wants to use to get out. And he will put the primal split and he'll try his best to run out with the Wind Panda. See if they've got any sort of way of catching and killing them. He's going to throw some of them up with the Wind Panda, and he's easily able to walk away from pretty much what was the entirety of the team. Maybe Immersion
stalking him here.
Can he find and set up? No, they've got the vision down, so he's going to be able to send it up. They do end up killing Yang. Takes a lot of chase. I mean, that was 5 heroes on that half of the map for Gambit, but they get the kill. But you look at elsewhere, you got mid lane, it's being pushed in.
Did they get the track? No, they didn't.
Didn't get the track kill.
That was a heavy commit, right?
That was a huge commitment.
All 5 heroes.
The whole team. It was the whole team was up there.
And Paparazzi's just able to farm Ancients now off of this as he's gotten a Demon Edge, going for that Battle Fury build as expected when he has this strong 4 unit that can run around and make plays for him. And now Immersion is pretty much, he's now the 4 position again, right? So as you're saying, the Enigma is that top net worth, and Immersion has gone back to what we kind of expect him to be doing. And we continue to see DY playing his own game. You see down bottom, he puts down more aggressive wards to keep tabs on whenever Gambit's trying to do anything to defend this bottom tier 2. Every time. I mean, he's really on point with this because he knows he's not really under too much pressure. The playmaking is just very limited for Gambit.
Afterlife at least has got the mech done for himself and the team.
Okay. So mechs at the same time, I believe. I think Ori also has his... Wait, where is it? It's on the courier still, okay.
Is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is
bottom
under
Ori.
attack.
They've got wards set up already for this tower push, so they're playing pretty confident down here.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Good speed of the push up top with those Eidolons. Afterlife is able to help the team find another tier, well, their first tier 2 tower.
At least the Hawk is keeping it at the same net worth as that PA for now. But you see Ori is just...
It's this Necrophos. He's just so far ahead.
They gave him the last hit on the tower too, so that's Greaves.
He's got all the towers. He's got what we saw earlier, the farm. I mean, Fade, he says, I'm going for the Midas.
I mean, sure, why not this game? They can, I mean, they're fine with playing late game. They're perfect, but they've got a PA.
That's where they excel. And a Paparazzi, yeah, this PA, this is the hero that we've seen win game after game here at the minor.
And they've got, the thing is, they've got PA, and they've got good team fight, and they've got the BKB piercing disables versus that Enigma, so Gambit still just trying to play. I mean, it's super. It's 2-4, Owen. We're talking a lot, but there's not a lot happening.
This is one of the slowest games I think we've seen in terms of kills per minute and such. 17.5 minutes in, 2-4. It's a very slow-paced game, and very much at a pace that, from the way that Gambit drafted and played, Gambit chose to play the game like this.
They did. They absolutely did.
They chose to play the game like this. And I think Vici Gaming so far is saying, we're more than happy to play it.
Yeah, we're cool with this. We got a last pick, Necrophos into an Ember. Paparazzi.
So they can find FNG. He does not have a TP. So he's even going to spend a long time hidden up here. I mean, even when he sneaks out of the trees, they do have a ward down in lane. Immersion is going to try for the TP out. DY can't quite get in range, so Immersion will escape.
And that's the Battle Fury, though. I believe the Jug also pretty much has his finish coming out.
They've got to use this. This is fun. Use the black hole, get yourself a guaranteed core kill.
They got the track.
To slide a track. This is good. It will open up the space to put some pressure onto the tier 1 tower.
At the pace of this game, like solo black holes for sure.
Oh, yeah. In a game where there's only been 7 kills at 18 minutes, you use that black hole at any opportunity.
It's 800 gold shift, and they get a tower, so you see that. I mean, net worth is just almost at 5K, and it swings down to 2. So that's a huge move for Gambit. I think, like, for Gambit, you play. I think just play away from Ori. Just don't go near this Necrophos.
Don't go near the Necrophos.
He is unbelievable right now. There's no way you can kill that man.
I mean, maybe we are underestimating the track gold. We have seen games where you get a couple of these kills with the track involved, and bam, suddenly everyone ends up being an item ahead of their opponents.
Yeah, we got to see a game where there was like a 60,000 net worth lead because of a bounty that got level 25. Don't know if we'll get to that point, though, because that was also a core bounty.
We'll see. But you can't help but feel troubles are going to be afoot for Gambit if Paparazzi gets this Deso in good time on top of the Battle Fury.
They passed the dust to Paparazzi now, so because he knows he's being stalked. He actually, they saw the vision.
If he sees Immersion, he just pops it and kills him.
They're even pinging out constantly. Like, Paparazzi knows that this guy's around here because he's probably keeping tabs of his experience.
Oh, absolutely. Paparazzi's the kind of man who knows how to do that. He knows his numbers.
Yeah, he still keeps pinging him too. Immersion showed himself, but the Hawk
he should go for the. He could pop the dust and kill this.
The Hawk.
They've got a Fiend's Grip.
Yeah.
And there's no way to help him. Again, I mean, Dahak, it happened up top about 10 minutes ago. He keeps finding himself in positions where we don't know what he's doing. I don't think he knows what he's doing there.
He really wanted to just, I think it was probably them just saying, let's steal, we have to steal stacks from this PA.
But there was no we about it. It was just Dahak.
And, well, Immersion was like kind of sitting around a little bit.
Immersion was sticking around for that. He was like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, he pieced out.
He was out of there.
Yeah, the Hawk has to be much more wary of his positioning.
Yeah. They need him to find the farm. He has, as you've been saying, been the guy keeping up with the farm of Paparazzi so far.
But it's tough too, right? Like in this game, when you're Jug, sometimes you're like, oh, I can split push forever because I can spin TP. But he can't spin TP in this game. There's gonna be that Bane there. There's gonna be that Necro there a lot of times.
And this time they're prepared. They know Immersion is hiding around, and they'll kill him off for it. Paparazzi, more gold for him. Boosting him towards that very quick Deso timing as it's looking to be on top of the Battle Fury.
Fade's just jungling on Willow for the last, like, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. Level 10 now. Gets his talent. He's got the Midas. I mean, he's having fun.
Oh, yeah.
The dream for a 4 position. Getting that first blood, getting your early Midas. As Ori's next item choice, Hex. I mean, why not? You're playing versus this Ember Spirit. He can be a bit elusive. Your disables are not the most reliable, you could say, on the side of Vici to catch an Ember. So with that, that will definitely make it reliable. And that's going to make him that much stronger. They've got the Blink now on Afterlife.
They are looking towards Fade. Fade does have the rest of his teammates coming in to help Brown. Straight away, they're going to look towards Immersion, jumping in. Curse Crown's upon him. Immersion trying to run. Does get a few bottle charges out, but the dust is there. They'll spot out the bounty hunter. Immersion's going to be left behind. The rest of Gambit have to get out here. They cannot afford to take a team fight on Vici Gaming's terms.
It's like they hear the death pulse and they instantly have to bail. They get the sleep.
And they're going to have Fiend's Grip back up in a couple of seconds. They've got a Reaper Scythe as well. Dahak will pot the Blade Fury, but the Fiend's Grip there to hold him in place. They'll wait out the Blade Fury. They've got the Reaper Scythe to follow it up as well as Dahak dead for 80 seconds. The control
and they catch
from
Afterlife.
Yang, finding Afterlife. Vici Gaming will move in for more. He does get the blink off, but Paparazzi's got the Phantom Strike to chase him down. Mech will not make this any better for the Enigma. As 10 for 3, 6K gold lead for Vici Gaming.
There's no moves that Gambit can make on it. Like, I literally saw, I think I saw it. They heard Death Pulse, and they're like, oh my god, Necro's here, get the hell out.
This is going to be a very easy Roshan for Vici Gaming, you would imagine.
Yeah, they don't have Bruce Split, but they have the Dark Willow spell. So Dark Willow Terrorize can definitely be used to secure this and guard them, and they don't have their Enigma, and Jug is dead for 40 seconds.
Yeah, Enigma being the biggest of worries for going for a Roche like this. Yeah, as you say, he's not up for 15 seconds, and that's going to be long enough. They do, he heads in to scout out around the pit. FN tries to have a poke in with the Sleight of Fist of the Chains, actually gets hit by the Nightmare. As Vici Gaming, they're going to walk up, make sure that FN doesn't get anywhere closer to the pit. Enigma's back up in the second. How low is Roche?
Huck's still dead for 20, though.
If Enigma TP's over,
they're just going to leave.
Done it,
if they leave the Willow outside the pit, he can't get a black hole off.
He's going to go forward, but as you said, they're going to turn towards him. He'll try to get a 3-man black hole, but there's the Terrorize from Fade. Cancels it almost immediately. False Promise is not going to do anything for Afterlife, as this game just continues to look more and more brutal. As Vici Gaming, they've just got to be all smiles at the moment.
I mean, everyone's full HP. Paparazzi's got a full Desolator now after that battle through 20 minutes. This is just cruising for Vici now.
It really is there. I don't know what they do now. What did Gambit do?
I don't know. Honestly,
this is the least Gambit-y I've ever seen Gambit play.
And Vici's just on. They're on the. Oh my God! Double dust. They find Immersion. They're just hunting for this man.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Indeed, he's dead again. It's going to be 0-6-1 on Immersion this game. As Yang's got a bit of a smile. I think Vici Gaming. I was going to be feeling pretty good, also probably a little bit confused at what's going on in this game one.
They played this. They came very well prepared in this game. I mean, DY has been fantastic on the Bane, which sometimes, like I said, people have been critical of him. He played so well with this, just a warding game. He completely destroyed the warding game. They seem to always know where Immersion is too, because they've been placing these sentries down non-stop throughout the game. And just like, everyone's carrying dust. Like Willow's carrying dust, Brewmaster's carrying dust. I saw PA carrying dust earlier. They all were aware and just ready to get the positioning to make those plays. Just great preparation as they're ready to fight. Bruce Split's Bruce Split's available. They've got a DD inside the bottle for Phantom Assassin.
Oh boy, that's a lot of damage. The hack. Blade Fury to get out of there. They got the dagger slung to Immersion. Dust again. Clips him just on the edge. Jumps forward. Immersion taken out.
FNG.
And FNG, he's not getting home tonight either. Double kill for Paparazzi. I mean, they've got to just be thinking about what they're going to do next game. And oh my goodness, as well, Fade. He's actually
going to solo kill that man. I think you call it.
I think you call it. I think back to basics for Gambit. I mean, at least they're going to know what they did wrong this game.
They call it, yeah.
They tried. GG is cool. It's over. I mean,
I think
that wasn't even a challenge for Vici Gaming.
It was an idea. It looked like they had an idea, right? The double regen pool, ring of regen pool, but the lanes just didn't go the way they wanted to. The Bane is just standing there top lane. He secures the lane long enough so that Phantom Assassin Paparazzi can be on his own, and then he just walks around the map, puts pressure on every lane, puts wards up everywhere, so they just know everything that Gambit's even doing, and there wasn't much they could do.
Not at all. I mean, it was the clash. Now, FNG says he had some strats in store that were a little different. He didn't say that they were good, and this one, I think you got to scrap this one. They tried something, given the rings, the bounty, the immersion in the lane, the afterlife in the jungle. This is why you don't jungle, kids. You know, it ruins the game for your team. You know, not to blame Afterlife. This was obviously a team decision. This was a strategy that they probably rolled with. It's worked behind closed doors in scrims and such, but it certainly did not work out here in game one of the series that's determining who's going to the major. Gambit, they've just got to go back to the stuff they're good at.
Get Immersion on heroes that can rotate. Don't make him sit static for the first 10 minutes. Like, first 10 minutes, he's sitting top lane. And Immersion's the one in this game, or in every game for Gambit, that causes chaos, causes them off to like get the ball rolling and put the pressure on. This one, they never had the ball rolling. They only got 3 kills, and yeah, Vici just completely destroyed them.
But that's the good thing here for Gambit. Everybody watching, even they know they can do a million times better than this. It is a best of 5. They tried something in game 1. It was a total disaster, and I'm sure we'll see sort of classic Gambit come back in game 2.
I'd imagine so.
I mean, you'd only hope so for themselves, but for Vici Gaming, they'll happily take a very easy win to start off this best of 5 series, leading 1-0 against Gambit. We'll pass back to the panel to see what they had to break down about that game.